Leads in this big meet at Hilton Coliseum. You're watching on Iowa Public Television. Kistler 2-1. We go to 177. Iowa is definitely favored here. It's Rico Chiapparelli, ranked number 3, up against Bob Gasman. But Gasman made the first offensive move.
Well, we've watched Gasman all year make offensive moves and bounce out of there. Now, the last time we saw him against Northern Iowa, he did not bounce out of there. He hit in on some of those offensive moves and scored takedowns. And if he'll do that against Chiapparelli, he can score. He's an excellent talent. It's just that Chiapparelli is so dangerous, you kind of get afraid of going on in there, because he's another one of those guys, like I was telling Krieger and Randall, his hips can hurt you so much.
Yeah, you get a tiger by the tail.
Yeah, he's got great balance, good hip control, and he counters. In fact, he was a 3-time Pennsylvania champion with counter wrestling.
That's Goldman. Goldman is up as if he's going to go at 190 pounds. We'll see. It's 8 points for Iowa State so far, 16-8. Now, if Iowa won 3 straight decisions, they would win by 1 point, 17. To 16. They don't dare lose it.
They're in a battle to keep that streak alive, let me tell you.
Stalemate.
They don't dare lose it because it could be very interesting things. Iowa State has the number 5 ranked heavyweight in John Heropoulos. Gasman gets it on the leg.
He's been here before now. With Chiapparelli, you just got to be careful when you try to take him down.
Look at that balance. Look at that. Oh, he's so dangerous. Chiapparelli, the takedown.
That's a knee over here.
He's a good cradler from the top. He's a pinner.
And if Iowa ever needed a pin,
it would be in this match. That's for sure.
Or in the next one. Don't know who's going to be up yet. I don't see who's warming up for Iowa State. Gasman had made in fact all the offensive moves.
Right.
He's gotten in beautifully, but Chiapparelli is so dangerous.
Well, this isn't helping him much right here. You know, it's just Gasman's down there. Chiapparelli's kind of putting pressure on him on top, but there's no points scored. Time's going away. If Iowa wants to win the meet, they got to have big wins out of these next 2 weights, because they're in trouble at heavyweight.
It's improvement, top.
Yes, if you just joined us, you heard CP say that. It's a fact. This meet is not decided.
Stalemate.
Iowa has won 36 straight. There's Eric Volker. There is Steve Metzger. They're both getting ready. They both weighed in. They both weighed 190 pounds today.
That's illegal. He's down. Let's go.
Well, I would anticipate that Iowa State would like Gasman not to get turned. You know, they don't need that 8, 10, 12-point win going against them. And, of course, that's what Chiapparelli's going to be trying to do, is to turn him. So when that happens, sometimes you get a little careless, and Gasman is a very good wrestler. He's capable of scoring. He just has to look for his openings and wrestle to win rather than, you know, not to get turned.
Right.
Right now he's just blocking out and keeping himself from getting turned over.
Stalemate on the legs.
16-8, Iowa State over Iowa. The Iowa State victories: Krieger, decision; Kelly, decision; Tate, a major decision; Summit, a pin. Iowa has had decisions from Randall, Dresser, and Kistler.
Top man, you're on.
This is what is generally considered the meat of the Iowa lineup, the really tough guys, or where their dominance against the Iowa State opponent might come.
Well, they thought they might dominate the last one. They had to fight for their life in order to win it. So, you know, you never know. It's so far gone a long way. He's not doing what he wants to do, I'm sure. Chiapparelli from Iowa is not getting him over, and that's what he thinks he should be doing.
Do you imagine that, never mind what happens here, that there's going to be a lesson in this for somebody in the Iowa wrestling room next week?
I would imagine there's going to be a little discussion going on.
It's going to be a tough week for both these teams as they get ready for competition. The qualifying meets are their conference championships. There's the end of the first period, 2-0 Chiapparelli.
Iowa's choice.
Chiapparelli gets his choice. He defers.
Your choice.
Gasman goes down.
Iowa State chooses down. Okay, Bonding is set.
16-8. Cyclones over the Hawks. I don't think we've seen the last amazing incident yet today.
Let's go.
The crowd isn't in it yet. They haven't been since early in the Van Arsdale match, and it can make a difference.
Well, this is a real tough spot right here. He's got the inside scissor on the leg. What he's got to be able to do is free his arm. The man on top, Chiapparelli, has that arm tied up. If he got that arm free, he would have been able to post.
Iowa, you got to be able to score those legs or they start stalling on it. Let's go.
Heard the referee say, you're going to have to do something with the legs, or I'm going to start calling stalling on you. So that meant he'll take Chiapparelli. If he does that, he'll take Chiapparelli out of his offense.
Chiapparelli manages to get the legs in again. He's piling up riding time, a lot of it. He leads 2-0, and he has almost 2.5 minutes worth of riding time.
Improve.
But he really hasn't scored on top, except for that riding time.
Warning, top man, he just blanket riding. Warning,
all right, a warning. There's a warning. There's Harold Nichols, who has to be pleased with the way his old charges are working.
Top man, you're up.
Well, I'm sure he's excited about this. Who isn't?
Oh, yeah.
Whichever team you're for, man, it's just good wrestling.
This is a lot of people are going to wish they were here. I'll tell you, 16-8. Iowa State leads, and Chiapparelli turns Gasman loose. With a lot of riding time, he assumes he's going to have to score from the feet.
Yes, well, that stalling call against Chiapparelli from Iowa for blanket riding on top is going to really change the outcome of how this match might go. Just this one, but that's where he wants to be, and it takes a little bit of time to work the offense. Not that it's wrong, it's just that he's got to be able to score from it. We saw this the other time now. Gasman's there.
There went a knee.
Yep.
And we've seen really bad things happen in injuries, and I'm afraid that this may be one of them.
You hate to see it. Well, we've seen a lot of guys in those spots.
Well, you remember in 1981 when Randy Lewis dislocated his elbow in this meet in a match with Jim Gibbons. And in this case, again, Gasman was in on the leg, and Chiapparelli countered it.
See, he's in here deep. Now Chiapparelli steps in behind, holds it with his foot, blocks in behind it, cups it right there. You know, as soon as he hit it in behind the elbow, he started to pull it. Now he's starting to come up the other way, and you can see that his knee is kind of blocking so that the man's leg can't bend around it.
There's nowhere for that knee to go. Now the question for Iowa State absolutely is, how seriously is this knee hurt?
Well, I'll tell you, with the Big Eights coming up, right now you have to look at, is the dual meet more important than the Big Eights, or is there ligament damage done to that thing? You know, that lateral collateral can go awful easy in those spots. I'm sure they're going to see how loose it is.
They're not going to get the takedown because the scream took place halfway down. So.
No takedown, by the way. Well, I don't know.
That was not illegal because it came from up here, and it was just, he could have straightened his leg out to prevent it.
You hear Phil Henning talking to Chiapparelli about the move. There's the address to write to if you'd like to have, if you would like to make a comment or a criticism about our broadcast. College Wrestling, Iowa Public Television, Box 1758, Des Moines, Iowa, 50306. Gasman is on his feet, and he's going to go. And that gets the crowd in it again.
Yes. Coaches, let's listen to this.
Before the control was initiated. Okay, ready?
It's 2-1. Chiapparelli leads.
Gasman's been there. Here he is again.
This time he goes up high. He changed off to a tight waist. Again, Chiapparelli is like a cobra up there waiting to strike because he's so dangerous as a counter wrestler.
Well, can go ahead and use that offense. He's been good at it. You know, he attacks the legs. He just wants to keep his attack a little lower, I'm sure. You don't want to get up around Chiapparelli's waist. Get up higher than that, gives you trouble.
And again, his knee hurt. But 2 points to take down for Chiapparelli. And injury time is called again. Boy, they don't want to take this thing too far. They don't want to lose 6 points for a default. Gasman isn't going to let him.
Well,
let him look.
Instinct says go ahead and wrestle. You know, I mean, you see boxers get up from being knocked out and they think they can go back and box. And he's a good athlete and he just feels like he can. But when they start to take a look at it, maybe they'll find that pressure point. Here he is, snapping him down, starting to come in behind him, and he just catches outside. Seeing Gasman trying to counter him.
Oh boy!
But it isn't against the joint. No. See, it's just sideways.
Yeah, but when it's hurt, it hurts.
That's
again.
right. There's 7 seconds to go.
7 seconds to go in the second period. Chiapparelli is leading by 3.
Well, just hit a spiral right there and attempt to stop him.
All right, now we got 1 period to go. Iowa State leads Iowa 16-8. We're at 177 pounds. We have Goldman. We don't know who's coming up next. It may be Goldman, it may be Volker, it may be Metzger, it may be Raleigh Kane.
There's going to be some coaching strategy here.
Chiapparelli goes on the bottom. Now Gasman likes the leg. I think that's his good leg is the one that he's trying to protect.
Chiapparelli took the down position because he thinks he can score. That gives him 1 more point. Gives him an opportunity then to come back and maybe get that major decision.
That's it.
And out comes Chiapparelli. Leads 5-1. It's important. Every point matters here because the meet is so close. Takedown for Chiapparelli, 7-1.
Well, he might be wise right now. Just cut him loose. Unless he can turn him over, just cut him loose because he's been penalized in this position. Gasman's just basing out, trying not to get turned.
And he has a riding time. And so if he were able to get out and make another takedown, it would be a major decision. Gasman against Chiapparelli. There's Rico. Only a junior.
Well, he's wrestling as fresh as any of the guys on the team so far have. Like he understands what's going on, what he has to do. Staying with it.
And he does let the escape go. It's 7-2. It's actually a 6-point difference because Chiapparelli will get a riding time point. And if the takedown comes, it's an 8-point lead. That's major decision territory. However, Gasman has not been warned yet.
Well, he was the offensive wrestler almost the whole match. And all of a sudden, he's just stopped doing that.
A big takedown for Chiapparelli.
It's almost like he's decided that if I can just keep it within 8, you know, instead of going ahead and hitting that offense, that's when he was so dangerous.
9-2 is the score. Chiapparelli with riding time would have a major decision. That would make the team score 16-12. And then we go into those last 2 matches.
Well, he's got 45 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised to let him go right now and try to get another takedown.
Well, he hasn't done it. Maybe he's going to try to find something, and yeah, like that. And,
well, he might just try to finish.
Now it's 9-3, a 7-point difference. And here's the place where Gasman needs to go. It makes a difference of a point in his team. Unfortunately, he's going to lose it again. And now Chiapparelli definitely has a major decision. 11-3. He's had 3 takedowns in this period.
Well, Gasman slowed down. Now maybe the knee caused that. But I think it's more mental. You know, he's trying to keep the thing close, and then all of a sudden it got away from him. He kept on wrestling on the offense. Don't know how badly that knee's hurt. We sure hope it's not too bad to keep him out of the Big 8.
And it's an 8-point difference with riding time. As soon as there's pressure on that knee, Gasman goes away. He's trying to stay loose with that knee. Chiapparelli would like to get some back points maybe. But the match ends. Riding time for Chiapparelli. And it's a major decision. 12-3 for Rico Chiapparelli over Gasman of Iowa State. And so the Hawkeyes have won 2 in a row. And here comes Golden. He comes out first. He doesn't have to do that.
Well, he
Who's going to wrestle? It's going to be Volker. It's going to be Eric Volker coming out for Iowa State at 190 pounds. The first time out since he wrestled against Goldman last time.